Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe's World of Entertainment. Welcome to my channel. This is your first time tuning in. We're now moving on into part 4 of my belated 1-year anniversary special, in which this time I'm going to be showing you all my Walt Disney Home video titles 2025 edition. And as you can see, I've got a lot to cover here, so without further ado, let us get started. The first tape I'm going to show you all is Old Yeller. This is a 1986 or 87 VHS, which I got at Savers a couple months ago in September. Okay. Here's the tape itself with the sticker label and no print date. This tape opens with the 1984 red-orange FBI warnings, followed by the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo, then the Buena Vista logo, and then the star of the film. Next, I've got the Three Caballeros. This is a 1988 VHS, which I got at Savers in December of last year. Okay. Here's the tape itself with the sticker label and a print date of June 8th, 1991. And this tape opens the exact same way as my Old Yeller VHS. Okay. Next, I've got the 1989 or 1990 VHS release of Mary Poppins. Got this tape at Savers in October of 2023. Okay. Here's the tape itself with the sticker label and a print date of February 27th, 1991. And this tape opens the same way as both my Old Yeller and Three Caballeros tapes, except after the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo, it just goes straight to the film. There's no Buena Vista logo or anything on this tape. Although the ink label copy of this tape does have the Buena Vista logo, I do have the ink label copy, but I'll show that in my next VHS update later on. Up next, I've got Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. This is a 1990 VHS. Got this tape at Savers earlier this year in May. It's got the same critic review as the Masterpiece Collection VHS. And this movie runs 117 minutes long in this tape. Here it is. Sticker label. Print date June 19th, 1991. And this tape opens the exact same way as my Mary Poppins tape. And just like the Mary Poppins VHS, the ink label copy of this tape has the Buena Vista logo as well. This one does not. Up next, I have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with Rick Moranis, featuring the bonus cartoon Tummy Trouble with Roger Rabbit and Baby Herman. I got this off eBay back in June of 2020. This is a plastic film. Here's the tape itself with a vertical ink label and no print date. And Tummy Trouble was shown before the movie. Up next, I have 2 copies of the 1991 VHS of Pete's Dragon. This copy I got at Goodwill early this year in March. And this movie turned 48 as of yesterday. Pretty good movie. Here's the tape itself. It's got the ink labels with 2 print dates of April 4th, 1991 and April 3rd, 1991. This copy I got at Savers in April of last year. Casing's not in the best condition, as you can see, but the tape itself, however, plays fine. It's a little scratched up there. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a vertical sticker label this time with a print date of August 12th, 1991. And the only difference between these 2 tapes here is that this copy, after the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo, it has the 1970s blue MPAA rating screen with the rated G logo, and then it's got the Buena Vista logo, and then it goes to the start of the film. This copy, however, has after the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo, it just goes straight to the film. There's no Buena Vista logo or anything on this copy. Yeah, this copy here does have the Buena Vista logo. And then I've got DuckTales the Movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. Got this at a garage sale back in June of 2023. It's a pretty good movie. Here's the tape itself with a vertical sticker label and a print date of January 21st, 1991. This tape opens with the 1984 red-orange FBI warnings, followed by the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo with Brian Cummings saying, "Coming from Walt Disney Home Video," followed by previews for The Jungle Book and The Rescuers Down Under, then the gold feature presentation logo, the 1990 Walt Disney Pictures logo, and then the star of the film. Next I've got Candle Shoe, part of Walt Disney Studio Film Collection. Got this off eBay back in July of 2021. This is the only VHS tape I have from the Walt Disney Studio Film Collection. And this is a classic film. This movie features a young Jodie Foster. Here's the tape itself, the ink label. Print date is May 22nd, 1992. This opens with the 1991 green FBI warnings, followed by the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney on Video logo, then a promo for Walt Disney Studio Film Collection, then the Buena Vista logo, and then the star of the film. Next I have So Dear to My Heart, one of Walt Disney's most cherished films starring Burl Ives. Got this tape at a thrift store in July of 2021. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and two print dates of October 22nd, 1992, and the bottom print date's the same. This tape opens with the 1991 green FBI warnings, followed by the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney on Video logo, then the Flying Blue Coming on Video cassette bumper with Mark Elliott saying "Coming soon from Walt Disney Home Video." Then it's got previews for Beauty and the Beast, and then The Rescuers, then the blue special preview after the feature from Walt Disney Home Video bumper, followed by a Flying Blue feature presentation logo, the Buena Vista logo, and then the star of the film. And then after the movie's over, it's got the red Walt Disney Home Video logo with Mark Elliott saying "Now available on video cassette," then a preview for The Great Mouse Detective. Next I have Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey, in which ABC TV Los Angeles gave an A+, an instant classic. Got this at Savers back in September of 2020. I've had this tape for quite a while. This is a pretty good movie, although it's been a while since I've seen this movie. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and two print dates of August 20th, 1993 and August 17th, 1993. Okay. Here's The Mighty Ducks, in which the movie Minute called a definite winner. He's never coached, they've never won. Together they'll learn everything about winning. I got this tape at a thrift store in November 2010, so I've had this tape for an extremely long time. This is a classic comedy. I love the Mighty Ducks movies. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and a print date of October 1st, 1993. Next I have Heidi. I got this at Savers in June of 2023. I still have not watched this movie yet, but I will eventually. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and a print date of April 28th, 1994. Okay. Here's The Adventures of Huck Finn, in which Siskel and Ebert gave 2 thumbs up, and New York Daily News called adventurous. I've had this tape for an extremely long time. I've had this tape since 2003. This is a pretty good movie starring Elijah Wood, Courtney B. Vance, Anne Hesh, may she rest in peace, Robbie Coltrane, and Jason Robards, and a few others. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and a print date of June 4th, 1994. And Garrett Ratliff Henson, who played Guy Germain in the first movie, appears in this movie too, as well as Danny Tamborelli from the first Mighty Ducks film. He appears in this movie too. They both make cameo appearances in this movie. Next up, I got D2 The Mighty Ducks, the sequel to the first movie, in which Jeffrey Lyons with sneak previews says twice as many laughs as the original. Got this off eBay back in October of 2018. And I do agree, this movie's just as funny as the first one. Casing's not in the best condition, as you can see. But the tape itself, however, plays fine. Here's what it looks like. It's got an ink label with a print date of August 4th, 1994. And Kenan Thompson appears in this movie. He plays Russ Tyler. the new kid in the new kid in this movie. All right. Next, I've got The Brave Little Toaster, in which the Chicago sometimes called an adorable adventure the kids will treasure. Got this tape at Savers in November of last year. Okay. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and a later print date of February 21st, 1998. This opens with the 1991 Green FBI warnings, followed by previews for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Muppet Classic Theater. Then the Flying Blue feature presentation logo. Then it's got the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney Home Video Presents logo. And then the star of the film. Here's Hocus Pocus with Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy. I think that's how you say it. And K-Cop TV Los Angeles called this movie very, very funny, a 10. Got this off eBay back in October of 2020. This movie, it's okay. It's okay. And I did watch the sequel on Disney. I did watch the sequel to this movie, Hocus Pocus 2, on Disney Plus. It's pretty good too. I watched that movie back in October 2022. Here's what it looks like. It's got an ink label with a print date of October 25th, 1996. It's a good movie to watch around Halloween. Next, I've got Cool Runnings, in which American Movie Classics gave a howlingly funny 10. And this is a funny movie. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when a guy walks up to Sankara. He goes, "I'll pay you $1 to shut up." That scene gets me every time. I got this tape at Savers at the same time I got Heidi. Here's what it looks like. It's got an ink label and a much later print date of November 15th, 2001. It's one of the last few movies to star John Candy before he passed away in 1994. Up next, I've got a Disney Sing-Along Songs VHS of The Bare Necessities from The Jungle Book. Got this tape at Savers in February earlier this year. This features songs from The Jungle Book, Cinderella, Old Yeller, Winnie the Pooh, and a few others. Okay. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and a much later print date of December 27th, 1997. This opens with the 1984 red orange FBI warnings, followed by the 1986 Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo, then the 1987 Disney Sing-Along Songs intro, and then the Star of the Home video. Next, I've got another Disney Sing-Along Songs VHS, Circle of Life. Got this at the Facebook Marketplace earlier this year in August. This came in a bin of VHS tapes for free. Here's the ink label and a print date of November 20th, 1994. It's got songs from The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, The Aristocats, and Pinocchio. Hang on one second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to figure out how to put the tape back in. Next, I've got Angels in the Outfield with Danny Glover, Tony Danza, and Christopher Lloyd, in which Gene shouted the Today Show called a flat-out wonderful movie. Got this at a bookstore back in 2007. Pretty good baseball movie. And this movie also stars a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Brenda Fricker, and it also features Dermot Mulroney. Here's what this tape looks like. It's got an ink label with a print date of February 6th, 1995. Up next, I've got another Disney Sing-Along Songs VHS, Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas. Got this at Savers at the same time I got Heidi and Cool Runnings. It's got songs from Pocahontas, Cinderella, Oliver and Company, Pinocchio, The Lion King, and The Sword and the Stone. I don't know why Colors of the Wind is at the end of the video. And this was sealed when I got it. Here's what the tape looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of June 30th, 1995. Alright. Next, I've got a Goofy movie. Got this tape at Savers in April of 2022. Pretty fun movie to watch. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when Goofy and Max fight over the fight over the radio. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble talking. And then they break it. And then they sing On the Open Road. That scene gets me every time. Here's what it looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of July 18th, 1995. I did used to own the sticker label copy of this tape, but I ended up donating it. I got this copy before. I got a new copy before I ended up donating my old copy. Oh, come on. Get there. Hang on one moment, guys. Alright, sorry about that once again, guys. Up next, I've got The Santa Claus with Tim Allen, in which New York Post says it's destined to become a holiday classic. Got this at Savers in August earlier this year. I used to own a copy of this tape before, but I gave it to someone else, and then I found a new copy. This is a pretty funny movie. This is a good movie to watch around the holidays. Here's what the tape looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of September 17th, 1995. Okay. Next I have Gordy, the talking pig who made it big. And Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times says, the kids will squeal over Gordy. Got this at a bookstore in 2007. Between this movie and Babe, I like this movie more. Here's what the tape looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of November 22nd, 1995. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. I only watched Babe once. Next I've got A Kid in King Arthur's Court, the magical tale of a boy who fell back in time and became a hero. Got this at a garage sale back in March of 2013. It's a pretty good movie. I've seen the sequel too. I did used to have the sequel to this movie on VHS, but I donated it. I watched the sequel before I watched this movie. Here's what the tape looks like. It's got an ink label and the print date of December 3rd, 1995. And the sequel was done by Trimark Pictures. This movie was done by Disney. Next I have The Big Green from the creators of Angels in the Outfield. Got this tape at a thrift store back in April 2010. I've had this tape for a long time. It's a pretty good movie, pretty funny. Here's what the tape looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of December 6th, 1995. And this VHS, before the movie, it's got the music video for Stand By Me, performed by Timon and Pumbaa. Up next, I have Heavyweights, in which New York Newsday called hilarious, filled with non-stop laughs, from the creator of the Mighty Ducks. Got this tape at a Goodwill back in July of 2011, and yes, this is a very funny movie. It's a fun movie to watch during the summer, too. And some of the actors from the Mighty Ducks films are in this movie, too. Like Aaron Schwartz, who played Dave Karp in the first Mighty Ducks film. He's the main actor in this movie. And then Kenan Thompson, who played Russ Tyler in the second and third Mighty Ducks film. He appears in this movie, too, as you can see. And then Shaun Weiss, who played Greg Goldberg in all three Mighty Ducks films. He's in this movie as well. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and a print date of April 8th, 1997. And I do recommend this comedy hit to friends. Next I have Man of the House with Chevy Chase and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Jack's planning to marry his dream girl, but her son's got plans of his own. This is another classic comedy. This movie also features Farrah Fawcett and George Wendt. May he rest in peace. Both of them rest in peace, actually. I did used to own a slipcover copy of this tape, but I donated it. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and a print date of February 29th, 1996, or Leap Day 1996. Okay. Up next I have Tom and Huck, another Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie, also starring Brad Renfro. May he rest in peace. A lot of kids get into trouble. These two invented it. Got this tape at a bookstore back in 2007 as well. It's a pretty good movie. Here's the tape itself, ink label, and a print date of April 23rd, 1996. I don't know if you can read that. There we go, April 23rd, 1996. Okay. Next, here's The Three Lives of Thomasina, which I got off eBay back in May of 2022. And the child actors, Karen Dautrice and Matthew Garber, who appeared in Mary Poppins, appear in this movie too. They appeared in this movie before they appeared in Mary Poppins, but they don't play brother and sister in this movie. Here's the tape itself. It's got an ink label. It's got the Walt Disney Family Film Collection logo next to The Three Lives of Thomasina, with a print date of September 26, 1996. I still need to finish the rest of this movie later on. Next, I have the sequel, Homeward Bound 2: Lost in San Francisco, in which American Urban Radio Network says, totally irresistible, a family winner. Got this tape at a garage sale back in August of 2023. Not bad for a sequel. I did used to own a copy of this tape before a long time ago, but I ended up donating it and then I found a new copy. I still have not put it in this tape yet. Here's what the tape looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of June 5th, 1996. It's been a while since I've seen this movie too. Next I have Aladdin and the King of Thieves. This is the third film in the Aladdin trilogy, starring Robin Williams. Got this at a bookstore back in 2007. Casing's not in the best condition, as you can see. Tape itself, however, plays fine. Here's what it looks like. Ink label. Print date July 18th, 1996. Alright. Up next, I've got James and the Giant Peach, in which Siskel and Ebert gave 2 thumbs up, way up. Got this at a bookstore back in 2007 as well. This is a classic film. Here's the tape itself with an ink label and a print date of August 12th, 1996. Okay. Up next, I've got Toy Story, the first Disney animated film made by Pixar Animation Studios. Got this tape at a Goodwill at the same time I got the first copy of Pete's Dragon in March earlier this year. It's a pretty good movie. It's been a while since I've seen this movie too. Here's the tape itself with the ink label. Print date September 15th, 1996. I used to own a copy of this tape before, but I ended up donating it and then I found a new copy earlier this year. Next I've got Operation Dumbo Drop with Danny Glover, Ray Liotta, and Dennis Leary, in which Joel Siegel of ABC TV says it's a lot of laughs. A top secret mission of gigantic proportions. I got this off eBay back in September of 2021. Okay. Here's the tape itself with the ink label and a print date of September 26, 1996. Same print date as the Three Lives of Thomasina tape I have. And the last time I showed this tape, I actually made a bit of a typo on here. I actually checked the tape a couple of months ago, and this tape opens with the 1991 green FBI warnings, followed by a gold Walt Disney Home video logo and a blue background. Then it's got the flashbang coming soon to on video cassette bumper, followed by a preview for Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Then the flashbang now available to own on video cassette bumper. And then it's got a preview for Father of the Bride Part 2. Then the flashbang feature presentation logo, the green format screen, the Walt Disney Pictures logo. I thought this tape had the Caravan Pictures logo, but it's actually got the Interscope Communications logo last time I checked. And then it goes to the start of the film. My apologies, people. Just want to make sure we're clear on that. Next, I've got D3, The Mighty Ducks, in which KNX Radio, CBS Radio says, far and away the best ducks yet. Got this at a Goodwill back in April of 2013. And this movie's alright, although Emilio Estevez doesn't show up much in this film. And Aaron Lohr, who played Dean Portman in the second Mighty Ducks film and provided the singing voice of Max in a Goofy movie. He doesn't appear much in this movie either until the end when the JV team needed a miracle and Dean Portman returned to help out the Ducks. Here's what this tape looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of December 11th, 1996. There we go. And also Brandon Adams, who played Jesse Hall in the first two Mighty Ducks films. He doesn't show up. He doesn't appear in this movie either. And this movie's okay. It's not. Never mind. Up next, I've got Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, in which CBS TV New York says Giant Entertainment. I got this at a thrift store back in July of 2013. Alright. Here's what this tape looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of October 29th, 1997. This movie's not as bad as the first movie. And then I've got Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, an all-new full-length motion picture. Got this at a thrift store back in January 2010. This is the only Honey film that was released directly to video. The first two Honey films were released in the theaters. And I watched this movie before I watched the first two. Here's what the tape looks like. Ink label. Print date is February 15th, 1997. Alright. Up next, I've got 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close. Got this at a Goodwill back in July 2011. I've had this tape for quite a while. This movie's not as bad as the animated version. I actually did watch this movie before I got the animated version of the movie. It's not bad. Here's what it looks like. It's got an ink label and a print date of March 20th, 1997. Somebody by the name of Vincent Vuoso used to own this tape. Alright, let me scoot over here. Okay. Next, I've got another Disney Sing-Along Songs VHS, part of the collection of all-time favorites. The modern classics, featuring hit songs from The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, The Lion King, and many others. Got this at Savers at the same time I got Old Yeller a couple months ago. Yeah, this features songs from The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Hercules, The Little Mermaid, and a few others. Here's the tape itself, ink label, print date June 23rd, 1997. Alright. I think I'm going to show one more tape and then I'm going to stop here for part 4. Next, I've got Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen, in which CBS Radio called the perfect family film. I got this at a Goodwill back in June of 2021. I did used to own a copy of this tape before, but I ended up donating it because I didn't really watch it that much. And then I found a new copy back then. And I've had this tape for a while. Here's the tape itself, ink label. Print date is May 29th, 1997. And this movie's pretty good. It's not bad. Alright. And that does it for part 4 of my belated 1-year anniversary special. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys for part 5 of my belated 1-year anniversary special, in which I will show my remaining Walt Disney Home video titles, so be sure to tune in for that.